All right, yo, 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 it's your boy Yoshi Kid Neo, and we are back in the world of Boridil, the ruination of Boridil. In today's session, I'll be honest, today's session, the way we're starting, is probably one of the most challenging ways to prep for a session for any DM. Unless you literally have, like, thousands of different options already available for the party. The reason I say that is because currently, if we go to the world map, let me actually bring us to the. Oh, what? My transition didn't work. I'll have to change that. Anyway, if we look at the world map, which I haven't updated, whoops, it's because we haven't looked at it, I guess. The party is outside of Bleakbell somewhere, chilling, because they just fought some dudes there. But anyway, the party is about to have the option to go pretty much literally anywhere via the teleport spell. They met a NPC that's going to be that I've actually had pretty heavy in all the campaigns so far, mostly geared towards Jeffrey's character, because this character has to do with his backstory. He just doesn't know it yet because they never get far enough in the campaign or pursue Jeffrey's backstory. Mainly because I think he tries to keep it sort of hush-hush. You know, he's one of those players, which is fine. But they're about to have the option to be teleported literally anywhere in this region. Because the gentleman Rixa has been to most of these regions, and he has a very good memory of these regions. But we'll see where they want to go. So they could go to the Elven city here. They could go to the Dwarven city up here. They could go to the Merchants city here. They could go into the boggy, swampy area where Three-Toed Jim's backstory starts. They could go to this big-ass island that ironically is shaped kind of like an upside-down stegosaurus if you look at it and you actually like make legs right here. Like, look at this. Tell me that's not a stegosaurus, right? Which is perfect because this is the island where all the Monster Hunter creatures are, and that's part of Three-Toed Jim's backstory as well. They could go anywhere, and I am the type of prepper where until they make it known that they're planning to go somewhere, I don't prep maps. I don't prep NPCs. But luckily, I've got a bunch of different random generators that can do that for me on the spot if I need to. So we'll see how it all goes. I'm sure it'll be fine. They'll probably spend a good amount of time talking, which is usually what happens. So anyway, that's enough ranting for me. Here we go. Interesting. I come back and there is no talking this time. That's weird.
Well,
no, you caught us right on a
just
dip.
Oh.
Yeah, and we're waiting for your recap. So.
Buy the dip.
They were telling me what was going on with the battle and all the counter spells that were being thrown around.
Yeah, there was two of the wild magic tables that almost popped off, but the follow-up that was required didn't happen, so nothing happened. But there was a counterspell galore. It was a counterspell fest. In theory, it was my payback to you guys for when you guys counterspelled Lord Saxon.
And she's going to counterspell that counterspell. Like, dude!
Yeah, I know, right? Foul.
But I can't wait for you to let Kirsten hear his recap.
Yeah. Okay, so last we left you guys, you had literally just got out of a pretty significant battle, fighting these golems that were essentially draining the blood out of their victims. One of those victims being Ricard, one of the Inquisitors that you had met on your travel at sea to Bleakbell. Lloyd, being upset, I believe, at the Inquisition for hunting him, decided to take part in the ritual. Not only as a somewhat disguise of following their lead and trying to make it look like he was one of them, but maybe there was a little resentment in those stabs to pour innocent, well, maybe not innocent, but poor, restrained Ricard. Regardless, Ricard was killed. And that was the second time that you've watched him die, pretty much. Which is weird and curious. Who knows exactly what is happening? After that battle, though, after Lloyd and Three-Toed Jim had talked with the lady that is known to be as Lady Larva, Three-Toed Jim and Lloyd have maybe not agreed, but they've definitely got work confirmation of a seemingly innocent alliance between your group and whatever group she allies with. They're trying to bring back, or at least prepare the world for their god to rejoin the material plane. And to do so, they have to collect these stones, and with these stones, they will open up portals that will allow these minions to start to run around the material plane and do whatever it is that they are sent here to do. More than likely, kill a bunch of people. So afterwards, as you guys had left, you get back to the surface, and as you walk out of the crypt, everything that you see before you is on fire. All the buildings, all the ships, all the people are on fire. As you go to investigate to see what's happening, because you can hear sounds of combat, you run across a gentleman by the name of Trendoz. Let me bring Trin out, because he's that boy. Here he is. Here's Trendoz. That's our man. Trendoz just got done finishing off one of these weird looking creatures with jagged teeth. But after defeating the creature, he notices you guys coming up, and he lets his guard down, dissipates his hammer his war hammer that he was using in combat to speak with you all. And as he's speaking with you all, another gentleman appears, a gentleman going by the name of Saint Anger. Saint Anger comes by, and obviously the two are pals, and they start to talk to you about how they are currently working hunting for a rogue mage named Lloyd. And they had gotten a tip that he would be here in Bleakbell. And after seeing that you guys have come forward unharmed, they have some questions for you all. So, Saint Anger casts the Zone of Truth spell, and one at a time they call each of you into the Zone of Truth, and they ask you some questions. Some of them are pretty much about your allegiances to the world, or perhaps about your past and whether or not you've done anything with magic against the innocent. But they get enough information from everybody that by the time they call Lloyd up, they know exactly who he is. And as they start to question Lloyd, he does his very best to answer partially, or pretty much give them nothing at all to go off of. In which Trendoz then realizes what he's doing and decides, okay, the final test to figure out if this guy is actually worth hunting. Do you have that stone that they were talking about in that crypt? And if you do, give it here. And as Lloyd was about to give it up, he heard a voice in his head call out to him, telling him not to give up the stone, to try to get out of there in one piece, and this voice, or this faceless entity, would help in securing your escape. So Lloyd decided not to give up the stone, and a battle ensued. You guys made pretty short work of Trendoz. He was able to do a couple cool things before ultimately falling in combat. Saint Anger ended up going like supernova and started to burn everybody that was in a 10-foot radius around him, while he was also casting fireballs at his feet, which did not harm any of the three mage hunters at all. In fact, it seemed like no fire could harm them. And that might be because of the fact that they worship Kasuth, the god of fire. Fitting. Ciaran had a couple of tricks up her sleeve with her spell casting. She was able to imbue her swords with these spells, which made it almost impossible for anyone she hit with her sword to resist said spells. Very, very deadly trio. But the voice that had called out to Lloyd had finally come forth and had trapped these three in a wall of force shaped as a sphere. They were unable to get out, and it held them there. It then told the members of the group that hadn't left yet, because if we backtrack a little bit, Trina had actually used her she used her very last spell slot to get her and Lloyd 500 feet away from the battle using Dimension Door. And no one was able to counterspell it because they had all gone off that round, which was hilarious. So very good move for Trina, aka me. I'm patting myself on the back.
Good job, Trina!
With Trina and Lloyd out of the way, the rest had to face this fearsome trio. And unfortunately, Kai had fallen. But with his death, there was something unleashed. His skin began to crack, and red glows started to fill these cracks. Kai ended up coming back, looking just like himself, but different, completely different. Something strange has happened with Kai. But with him back, and with this strange entity helping prevent you guys from a more than likely utterly awful death, you guys start to escape, and that is where we will begin our session. We will just move to the world map, and just so I don't know when you want your full transformation to happen, Gerald, but if you want it to be sort of a gradual thing where the skin just starts to either like melt or turn to ash or whatever, I don't know how you want to describe how you look, but this is the inevitable that Gerald has given me. So the party, mainly Trina and Lloyd, you guys are on the outskirts of the town, kind of on the trail towards Shaggy Vanessa's hut. You're in that area. The whole town is on fire, and the rest of you are currently leaving the battle. And as you cast a glance over your shoulders just to make sure, you see that entity standing there watching. And you can see the three warriors inside beating against the wall of force, but coming to the conclusion that none of their spells, none of their magic is going to be good enough to destroy this spell. And the three of you leaving, you hear a voice. I can keep them satisfied for 20 minutes, no more. Get as far away from here as you can.
Who was he talking to?
He was able to speak into all three of your minds. So that would have been Kai, Dr. Thorpe, and Three-Toed Jin.
Alright, I guess I'll start, since Jim is with me, I'm starting to fly towards where Trina and Lloyd are.
Do you know him?
No, I do not. But I'm sure Lloyd does.
Jim's over here with like definite second thoughts of this group.
All right, I guess we're like heading towards Trina and Lloyd, and basically Trina, when you're like looking around, I guess you see a bone devil flying towards you guys.
Yeah, and I don't think they were there for this part. So yes, you guys see Trina and Lloyd as you guys are sort of gathering yourselves. You see this bony creature. I believe it's got 4 wings. Flying towards you. You know what? I'll just do this. You see this flying towards you. 6 wings. And as it's flying, you can see a tail with a bunch of pointy edges and one very long, sharp, dagger-like protrusion at the very tip of it. And you can see it flying towards you. And as it gets closer and closer, you start to make out.
Start to run.
Yeah, we're gonna start running.
Fools! Oh, frick! As you guys are running, it's faster than you are in the air, even with the 3 companions on it. Actually, I think Three-Toe Jim is on Seymour. Or no. Kai is able to run because he's
I'm
able
on
to match. Yeah, he's able to match the speed of the Bone Devil. And
Are
as
they
the
close
bone,
enough that we can see that they're on the Bone Devil now?
yes.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna stop running then.
And as it comes in closer, you can hear the insect-like buzz, the flapping of the wings come to an end as it lands. Alfric, it has been so very long since I've last seen you. And your head is still intact.
Who is Alfric?
The Bone Devil looks at Kai. Has he gained amnesia over the years?
No. I thought that was Alfric at one point too. It's not him.
Oh, a copy. Or perhaps maybe some sort of resurrection. But you lost your memories. And he goes to the sort of cape that he's wearing, and he pulls a piece of it, and you can see the leathery faces that make up the interior of this cape. Do you not remember? Taken from my tannery.
I think I remember seeing something
Disgusting!
They gave them up to me, do not worry. It was not forced.
I look to everybody else. Why? Why is there a bone devil here?
Why is this monster?
I climb off.
Kai starts laughing maniacally.
Why are you red?
Kai, are you okay?
Different.
Oh, so much has happened.
Well.
Go on, Doctor. Tell them why you've brought me here.
I climb off him, and I was like, well, I regret to say that I worship a archdevil. That is how I've got my abilities.
Trina's mouth just kind of falls open, like...
Here's some sort of magic user then as well? Like a warlock? Or...
like as Lloyd says that, Thorpe does that gif where he's like really like blinking. Magic user, of course. Obviously, he's no magic user.
Well, I mean that was much evident before, but like I didn't know what specifically.
Yes, I was gifted my abilities from a dark entity.
Okay.
Ty walks up to him. That explains it. What archdevil do you worship?
Moloch.
Our Lord Moloch.
Would I know who this is?
Yes. Actually, clarify for me. Hold on. Are you a demon or a devil?
Demon.
Okay. Roll a religion check at advantage. You've heard the name, but you don't remember him being an archdevil. You have heard of his internal prison where he forever serves the Lord of all devils, Asmodeus. But you have not heard of Moloch being very powerful, especially powerful enough to give somebody like Dr. Thorpe this type of power. So it's a little strange to you.
And I'm assuming you've come and you keep in contact with this?
Look at Kai with the same Dr. Hannibal Lecter face and smirking. Of course.
They're not very bright, are they? I remember the Kai from many centuries ago, having his head cut off by my own. And he starts to hold out his hand and act like he's slicing at your throat, but very playfully. But you can tell that his fingers have definitely reverted back to a normal. They're not imbued with a vorpal blade anymore.
This is
all great and all, but aren't we supposed to be running away?
I believe, yes, we are.
I climb back on top of the bone devil. We must talk later. Once we get out of harm's way, we'll be able to camp, and I'll explain more.
We'll never be out of harm's way now. They see you all as a demon, a devil worshipper, and a filthy dark mage.
Of course. And
Jim just kind of looks left and right.
Before we leave, though, Doctor, Moloch sends his regards. And he grabs one of the leathery faces and he rips it off of his cloak. And as he hands it to you, we'll go on.
I take it.
And as you touch it, it expands into a cloak. A cloak that has... Let me see. Can I see the thing? Yeah, a cloak that has on the shoulder blades, as well as where the hood would come up on your head, a bunch of bony protrusions. It's dark black, and you can just sense the aura of menace around it.
Intriguing.
Here is your birthday gift.
Yay! That was exactly how it Yay!
I got goodies! Yay!
Yay!
I've added it to your inventory, so you should be able to see it.
Alright, awesome.
I
guess I just...
Not so fast.
There you are. I was wondering when you show up.
You guys see a robed figure come from the path that you guys were about to set off on, which is the opposite way of where the battle had taken place. And before you, Trina and Lloyd, you see this figure. A masked creature with half of the mask is sort of like a reddish on fire. The other side of the mask is blue like lightning. Lloyd, searching for you.
I was wondering I'd see you again. I wasn't given much direction, but I did manage to acquire what you sent me out for.
I think you have been mistaken, Lloyd. And by the way, Lloyd, this is the exact voice and tone that you've always talked to in terms of the Elder Three. All three of them sound exactly the same because they speak into your mind. Mm-hmm. And as you're looking him over, you do notice that he seems dressed differently than the ones you're used to. You are correct in that I once was one of the elders, but I am no more and have not been for centuries.
Then what are you doing here? Why did you help me?
I've come to warn you, to persuade you onto a different course. A course that does not serve the Elder Three. A course that serves me instead.
How would you?
He waves his hand and casts a spell in front of him. And there is a floating disc that pops up. A metallic floating disc. And he casts one more spell, and you can see the air sort of whooshing underneath it. All of you, if you wish to get out of here quickly, hop on.
I get on the disc.
Yeah, you bet your ass I'm on.
Mm-hmm.
I think I'll fly myself, thanks.
All right. I stick with the bone devil.
Milady. And he goes up to Trina and offers a hand.
Don't worry.
Gonna
He's out of danger.
He's the guy with the fedora meme.
Milady.
Fine. Let's fly then. And the wings start to flap rapidly, and he takes off. And as Rixa floats onto the disc, you notice that his feet, whatever they may look like, never touch the disc. And the disc starts to float up in the air 25 feet, 50 feet, 100 feet, 200 feet, to the point where you're in the clouds. And you go up even further, and then you stop. I believe they'll have a very hard time finding us here, and they will have expected you to have ventured forth into the countryside.
Well, thank you, but I still don't know what I should refer to you as or why you're helping.
You can call me Rixa.
Okay. You seem to know a lot about me. Rixa.
I know everything about you, Lloyd. I aided in your creation.
Mm-hmm.
Did they
Are we
not?
all hearing this in our heads? I think they said it, yes. But
yes.
I'm not sure if it's still going.
What do you mean by creation? I
It is
know
as
I'm
no
not
other.
from here, but
The Elder
But you
Three
know I'm
did not
from
give
here.
you your origins, did they? What is the
I
last
assumed
name? The first
assumed like
name.
everybody else where I come from, and they send me out to retrieve things for them.
Tell me, what do you remember about your upbringing?
It was like anybody else. We studied magic. They prepare us. They send us out. Nothing particular. Why?
You do not remember your mother and father, do you?
No. No.
Why do you think that is? Also, Gerald, you're picking up some static. You were not born, Lloyd. You were created, like all of those that you call brother and sister.
And,
Cultivated.
well, I'm not alone. I mean, there's more of us. But
Correct. There are a lot of you.
But we all come from the same place, and I thought the point of me going out with them is to help each other, because we were ostracized and
That is what
separated.
they wanted you to believe, and I fought to change that, but was overruled and almost murdered for it. Which is why I've come to you now, as you are the strongest of those that we've ever created.
I still don't know why we were hidden from everybody else, why we're separated from the rest of the world. Can you ever explain that to me?
And I doubt they ever would. It's very simple. It's a lot harder to prevent something from happening, a catastrophe, without it being seen to the rest of the world. The whole reason for us to send you out to gather these magics, to bring them back, to bring back knowledge, was all for our own selfish greed or desire to become immortal.
It never really made sense to me because apparently this place compared to where I come from is very backward. No one here uses magic. And if they do, they abhor it or they view it as some vile atrocity that's being committed by everybody else.
This kingdom was hit very hard during the Ruination, and I can understand why they would want magical users to either be destroyed or wiped out entirely.
But regardless of all this, like, I don't understand why. What do the elders want compared to you? I thought they always had our best interests in mind.
No. Falsehoods, lies. They do not care about you, because should you fall, they will just recreate you, give you new memories, and send you off to the same mission. They have been doing this for millennia, and I, unfortunately, partook for a good while. And now that I have stepped away, I only seek its destruction. But I need help. I need you.
But where I come from is a safe place. Like, it's separate from here. No one can touch us there. Honestly, confused why they send us out anyway.
In a place, an alternate dimension that they have created, it is near impossible to find the portal without being given the key. There are many other mages that do the same practice. They create their own dimensions within the weave, and anything short of a god would be almost impossible in finding it accidentally. They send you out so that they do not have to go themselves, keeps them safe, and keeps them fed with the power of magic artifacts that you would bring back.
Truth be told, I don't know why they sent me out for this, and I hold up the stone.
I believe it's because it holds the powers of an ancient god. And if you can harness said powers, immortality would be in their grasp. No longer would would they have to feed on the souls of the living to live on as corpses?
And what about you? Where does that put you in all of this? Are you just like them?
Unfortunately, so. But so far, I have been vigilant, and I only take the souls of those that are suffering near death or deserve eternal damnation. But I am no better than the Elder Three.
But they talk to me just as you do. They know what I'm doing at this moment. Don't they know I'm talking to you?
Not when my presence is here. I know what magics they use, and I know how to counteract them. We are safe on this disc.
Well, if I were to help you, I'm not sure what you want me to do, or
continue
or
to
why.
work for them. Continue to do as they ask. Eventually, I will find a way for us to combat them. The more that I can learn about what they've been up to these past hundreds of years, the better I can calculate a plan to overthrow them and free all of you. And if you wish, I could share the power that they sought with you.
Well, this tempting offer for us. They never really explained much to me, and I was honestly trying to search for more answers to why they sent me out than actually, the mission they sent me for in the first place.
And I believe that is why they gave your location to those mage hunters.
Wait, what?
We've always had an issue with your self through the years. You've always been defiant at some part of your adult life, seeking for a way to form your own world, your own rules. And eventually, we have to silence you one way or another. Else we risk losing our entire operation. I believe we've killed you more than 500 times.
Is that why Kai, is that why Kai and Bone Devil were referring to me as somebody else?
Precisely. You are Elfric.
Are you saying I'm not real? I'm not a person? I'm just a construct? I'm not... What?
You're pretty much a clone of your original self. Almost as an immortal, but without your memories intact. We're always given a birth and memories from your teenage years onward. But never anything prior. That is why you do not know your mother or father. Because they are thousands of years dead.
But these other memories, these other people, my friends, what I consider my family, that's the reason I'm out here, to help them, to gain more power so we could not have to hide away from the rest of the world.
It is amazing what you can make someone believe when you alter their memories.
Kai raises his hand. I have a question. So is he like some, like I guess, the perfect version of himself?
No. Because, as he has already said, he was looking for his own path. The flaw that we have never been able to fix, that we have never been able to alter, still remains. And I will use that flaw in our creation to bring down the Elder Three.
where's the original you? And I look at Lloyd, saying that.
Died a long time ago, I'm guessing.
Correct.
Okay, so I have this stone. Say where to help you. I mean, it hasn't not crossed my mind to try to break away from the elders. But say I do help you and go along with whatever orders they give me. I don't know what the stone's supposed to do. He said it's supposed to gain power, and then the individual I got it from said that
I'm unaware of why there's a double feed. I'll have to look at it. Thanks for pointing that out.
Event, this thing will cycle with power again. It will renew itself.
Yes, something like that. But I'm unaware exactly of how it will work.
Do you know what these creatures that came out of the portal were? They didn't seem they were entirely
unaware exactly
benevolent to this world. Or to anything but themselves.
I believe they are known as star spawn. Creatures born in the very depths of space, where the light never reaches. Where the old gods thrive. I also believe that these portals are directly linked. These stones must be from that same place. And these portals attune to them and open up a pathway for these legions of star spawn to come through.
So I was only ever sent out to get this one stone. I don't know what are they going to want me, the elders, to keep opening these portals and collecting these, or what? That's my inclination, but won't that be helping these star spawn?
I think I fixed it. Thanks for pointing that out.
Wouldn't that be counterproductive?
Perhaps, but with the Elder Three living in their own dimension, it won't truly matter, because they could open up a portal to another world that doesn't have chaos from the star spawn. Not to mention the fact that you're the only one of your type from your home on this material plane. There are infinite numbers of worlds, and more are created and destroyed every single second. The universe, the everything that you know, is always expanding. Yeah, I think it was Discord for some reason was sending in double feeds to one of my virtual cables. So thanks very much, Russ, for pointing that out.
If I'm not a person and there's all these possibilities, does it really matter what I do at this point? Like, or it is a lot to take in, but
Hey, you're a person to me.
I'm not a person, and there's all these possibilities, but does it really matter what I do at this point? So what do you want me to do? Exactly. Just follow along with whatever I'm told? Just be
Correct.
Upon you instead of them? And then what? You try to stop the elders from doing what?
I will
Taking
destroy,
what they want?
Yes, I will destroy their plane that they have created to shelter themselves from the worlds that they corrupt.
But that's my home, and that's my friend's home.
If you wish, then we could start a new elder cycle and change everything that you knew.
Maybe.
How about this? You think about it. What do you want? Do you want your friends, your family to live on in that domain? Or do you want them to have a new life elsewhere, on one of these infinite numbers of places where they don't have to hide, where they don't have to hunt. They can live however they please. I would think about it, and I guarantee that I can help you in achieving that goal.
And if I need to contact you, how would I do so? I don't even know how to contact the other elders. They just speak to me whenever they please.
That is how our relationship must be as well. For if they are watching you at the wrong time, it could lead them to me. And if they find out that we are working together, I fear that they would come and kill you.
Okay. Well, I'll think about it, and you just reach out to me when you feel like it, I suppose, or when you're able.
For now, it might be quite some time. I have to figure out exactly where the portal is that you came through to get here. And he floats towards you. May I peer into your memories?
Sure.
And he brings out one of his hands, and it's wrapped in cloth. And as he puts his hand onto your head, you can feel this cold mucus essentially embracing your forehead. And you can feel an entity starting to penetrate through your mind. And you are watching what it's watching with your memories as it starts to play back the very beginnings of what you've come to know as your life. And almost like a VCR, it's fast forwarding and you're seeing everything go so fast, and at one point you end up falling to your knees because of all the memories that are flowing back, and it's overwhelming. And at various points during this process, Lloyd starts to fade and nearly pass out, but eventually it stops. And Rixa lifts his hand off of your forehead. As I thought, they've changed the portal every time they release you back to this place. It will be very difficult to pinpoint it, but I will keep an eye on you from afar. And if you are to ever be sent back to the portal, I need you to shapeshift yourself or one of your companions into a squid. That will be the signal that I am to come to you.
Okay. Understood.
Now, I believe we've talked enough. More than likely, my alternate self has been diminished and defeated, as the spell has inevitably failed a second time. I cannot very well place us down on the ground, and I also cannot fly us to wherever you want, but I can teleport you wherever you wish to go.
Well, I don't really have a set destination myself. I have the stone, and I don't know where I need to go next. I look to everybody else, so that's this has been sharing with Lloyd. So that might explain my actions just a bit, and even to myself. But I do want to express my thanks for involving yourself with me. So do you guys have a place where you'd like to go? Preferably far away from the Inquisition?
I have a couple places.
And anybody else? You guys make the decision. I don't care where we go.
I go wherever
As long
my
as we
research
get away
takes me.
from here.
Point to Trina. I second that.
I'll somebody decide.
Well, Rixa, are you aware of an island that's large, that has beasts that are giant?
I am. It's actually to the west of Bleakbell.
Different
See,
country?
I'd rather...
It is not within the grasp of the kingdoms. It is a free island. It is dominated by whatever entity is most powerful on it. If you wish, I can take you.
That sounds like a fantastic place for us to be right now.
The only thing, how would we get out of there once
There are
we need
many
to leave?
settlements that are created across the island, and many of them have ships that can take you to many coastal villages or kingdoms. But be warned, every kingdom has a stake there. The Inquisition will more than likely find out your whereabouts in time. Especially if you are reckless.
Is magic forbidden there as well? Where we're thinking?
Only
This
in
island?
their own settlement. But the island itself is not ruled by any singular kingdom.
Okay. Well,
It's either that or the elves. But I'm gonna really want to come back here at some point.
If you're trying to lose the scent of the Inquisition, the easiest place would be that wild island.
yeah, that's what I prefer to the most.
I would
That
at
will
some
be the
point
best
like
option.
to go see the elves as well. But
Going on, Justin? How we doing, my man?
I think we need to shake the Inquisition first.
And then, did he say the Inquisition has any power, any settlement on the island, or?
They do.
Okay, so
But
just
more
that
than
settlement.
likely, they will not be looking for you, for they have
Okay.
a different mission there.
Okay. But that settlement is the one to be eyeing for magic. Okay, the other one's not so much. Just to understand.
It seems like the word will get there last, is what you're saying.
I do not believe the Inquisition sends many new bodies to their settlement there. They are mostly there in research purposes only, while other empires are trying to overtake and tame these beasts that roam the land.
Well, I'm ready when you guys are. Good luck to Rixa, unless you have something else for us.
Negative.
How long has it been since the battle? Has it only been like, I don't know, 20, 30 minutes?
Yeah, about that. 30.
Okay, so I got about 30 minutes left with my guy.
Let's see. Very well. I will not go with you, though, for I have business with those mage hunters. But perhaps I can give them a trail, a false trail to follow, making it even harder for them to find you.
If you'd be so kind.
Once you leave this area, be on your guard. That island is not for the faint of heart.
Understood.
And Rixa gets to the center of the floating disc, and he begins to cast the spell Teleport. I believe it's only an action. Teleport, 1 action. Okay.
Are you rolling the mishap?
I am.
Fuck.
So before we go, I asked Rick, so it'd probably be wise to not discuss anything we did here outside of you being with us. Or
Discuss as you wish, but if you wouldn't mind not speaking my name out loud.
understood.
Even though you are one of the only ones on this material plane, there are others that are enthralled with the elders. Their eyes and ears are everywhere.
Well, I'll wait for your next contact.
Okay, let me read this real quick. Okay. So as he casts the spell and finishes it, everybody's willing, obviously, to go through the circle or be teleported. Anyone that's not will be left onto the magic circle, and you'll have to roll a new character because you're so far away. But he teleports you.
Oh my gosh. Is that the island to the left of the clouds? Oh, that
Or
is that.
is-
That's not a cloud. That's an island.
Yeah.
Okay.
So he teleports you guys, and as you go through this, like this brief moment of weightlessness, you're then thrust into the middle of a jungle. And as you pop out, you all fall from about 10 feet in the air. Or less than 10 feet. I don't want to accidentally kill Kai.
9.9.
Yeah, I don't want to accidentally kill Kai from just fall damage. Plus, it just says that you guys fall. Anyway, you fall in this dense, lush forest. And as you look around, all you hear are the cries of various critters. Like birds and monkeys and stuff like that. And every now and then you hear the roar of a great beast off in the distance, but enough to where you're like, what the fuck was that?
Boy, I kind of look left and right at the party and go, boy, you guys are beat up.
Yeah.
Precisely.
And what do we see immediately around us, Brady?
You see
Just
a
jungle?
dense, lush forest. There are many colorful flowers and different plants. The trees are upwards of 30 to 50 feet. Some are even taller than that.
And it's like almost 7:30 at night for us.
Correct. So the light is beginning to fade. I believe complete darkness is around 9.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna look to everybody else and say, well,
Did you have
I think
school
we should
today,
find some
Justin?
shelter or make some.
Yeah.
I can start casting a ritual here, and then I start casting the tiny hut. If like next to a tree, I guess if there's a grouping of trees somewhere.
Oh yeah, yeah. There's plenty of spots where you would be able to do that.
Or
So-
yeah.
So Lloyd begins to cast his spell, and as he's off in the middle of the bushes, the rest of you, you're hearing all of these noises coming from the distance. And at some point, let's see, where is it? Here we go. There's a bush that rustles near you. And then there's another bush that rustles.
While he's doing his chant, can I chant my thing to speak with animals?
Yeah. How long does yours take to... Is it like just an action?
It is not just an action, because I cast it as a ritual.
Okay. Oh, is this one of your speak with animals? Okay, so that takes 10 minutes to ritual cast. Okay.
So I would just say I'd start doing that when he starts doing the hut. So obviously if anything interrupts, then...
And guess I'll start gathering materials, maybe some wood, to start like a small fire.
Okay. So as they are both going in their ritual casting, and Dr. Thorpe goes around and starts to chop wood, these bushes begin to sort of rustle around you. And as you look towards one of them, Dr. Thorpe, it rustles and stops. And then 10 feet to your right, another one rustles and then stops. And then behind you, you look and one rustles and stops. It's almost as if there's a bunch of something surrounding you.
Let me see here. 1 second.
Ha nu ha hey ha hey ha oh shit ha ni ha hu ha hey ha.
Radio. This isn't the one game background noise, is it?
The one game background. Are you talking the
dinosaur
island?
Game we're playing. Yeah,
It's
the
that
Isle.
arc. Oh.
No.
Is it the Isles like
I don't
background
think
noise?
so.
Okay.
It probably could be. It's just in my playlist called Dinosaur Jungle.
Okay. No, this video with that one dinosaur.
But yeah,
game,
it does
Well,
sound like it.
Sounds like someone's going to be able to turn people into T-Rexes after this.
I say
Are you surrounded
this.
by compies? Is this the redwood forest or?
I say this to the Bone Devil as I'm like still chopping wood.
Oh, you typed it. I have to click on your token, I guess, to be able to read it. Oh, never mind. I see the translation. And then he speaks back to you. And he takes off. And he starts to fly away from the group. And every now and then you watch as he swoops in, and you hear him stab something with his tail, and you hear the cry of a small creature.
You found something.
Yes, I found quite a many things. And all the bushes start to rustle, and you can actually see a trail of them going further into the jungle as they run away from you. And as the Bone Devil starts walking towards you, you can see it flailing its tail back and forth. And eventually it flings this blue creature in front of you. Pitiful, weak creature. It has no place in this jungle. Perhaps it will make for a wonderful meal.
I was thinking the same thing. Thank you.
That was a little aggressive, I think.
Actually, I believe yours... oh, are you saying that as Joe?
Both.
Well, you're in the middle of a ritual cast.
Oh.
Forgot to say, Brady, before I cast a ritual, can I make it so my owl goes back to its pocket dimension?
Yeah, that's fine.
Cool.
If you want to roll hit die for Trina, you may. Otherwise, go ahead and get your spell slots.
All right, and then I guess I'm setting up the fire and everything. And how long does that roughly take? Like 10?
Yeah, I would
15?
say the moment you finish setting the fire up and light it, both ritual spells are completed. And the Bone Devil has already begun skinning the creature. And it actually skins it with such precision that it sort of makes tiny little slits around the jaw of the fox. And it's able to pull out all the innards detached from the skin, almost leaving the skin like a taxidermied copy. I still got it.
Forgot. We're getting ready for a long rest, though, right?
Yeah, but you can take 2
Okay.
short rests a day, so it doesn't.
Well, I won't take a short rest. Instead, I'll try to reach the Morrigan
Okay.
while they're doing that.
You can roll me a religion check with advantage.
And while that's going on, I'm gonna go ahead and set up my little small like cooking spit and everything, and get ready to start. Get my seasonings out and get ready to start cooking.
Okay.
I guess I need to roll my cook utensils and whatnot.
Yes, and while you do that, I'll be right back.
Yep.
You call on us, child? What have you to report?
Well, I think it would just be easier to show you because there's a lot that's happened.
Allow us to see through Beltran. And Beltran squawks on your shoulder, and his eyes turn back, and he begins to look around. Where are you now? Weren't you just in Bleakbell?
Yes.
And how
We
did
had
you get to
to
a jungle?
I did
You cut
the
out for me.
Inquisition's after us, and oh, sorry. The Inquisition's after us, and something unleashed many different creatures that's not going to be good for this world. And we had to leave to avoid the Inquisition.
So you found the source of our worries to be creatures from a
I think I did.
dimension, you said?
Yes. I've heard that they're called, and some lady, the Queen of Larva or something like that, has opened portals to bring them to our world.
That is disturbing. And unfortunately, we have not heard of a Queen of Larva before. We will make inquiries in the grand courts of the upper planes, and perhaps maybe we will find answers that we can send you. Otherwise, your new mission, now that you know, is to find out as much as you can about this Queen of Larva. Find out how she's opening these portals, and then stop it if you can.
I was unable to stop the first portal from opening, but I'll do my best to prevent any others from opening.
Do your companions seem to align with your goals in this? Or
Hard
did
to
they
say.
seem to help with this Queen of Larva?
There's one who's named Lloyd, and I don't know who he is, where he came from, but he serves someone who is called the Elder Three, and he did not prevent the portal from opening. He, in fact, kind of helped it along. The others, they seemed like they didn't want the portals opened, but I don't know. They're kind of rogues. They kind of do what is best for them, so it's hard to say whether or not they'll continue helping. I mean, it's our world. We don't want it overrun by these creatures, so I'm assuming they would help.
Well, it sounds as if they all are misaligned in their goals, and it does not seem that many of them serve a higher power, such as yourself.
There is one who serves an archdevil.
An archdevil? You're serving with him? Which archdevil?
It was unavoidable. I just found out, literally, while we were fleeing.
Which archdevil? Did you forget?
No, I answered. Did you not hear me? Did it cut out?
Yeah, I did not hear you.
Okay. He serves Moloch.
Moloch. I was unaware that he retained his seat as Archdevil. Are you sure that's the name that he gave him?
I'm pretty sure they were kind of talking in a different, I don't know. I'm pretty sure it was Moloch, who I've heard is serving Asmodeus.
He used to serve Asmodeus, but he betrayed him and was banished for eternity, to serve with little to no power. But if what you're saying is true, perhaps this is one of Moloch's final schemes. I would be very, very weary of that one that serves Moloch. I would not interfere, not just yet, not without the proper knowledge on whether or not he actually serves Moloch. Because if he does, then perhaps there will be a change in the outer planes. This is very troublesome news, Trina. I have a like mind to send the twins to aid you, but with your current location, do you even know if there's one of those stones or a portal there?
I don't know at this point. I know Lloyd has one of the stones, and I'd essentially have to kill him to get it from him. So.
There's no need for that. I do not believe that he must die for his foolishness in helping this Queen of Larvae. Perhaps he just needs to be guided. Should you find more information on whether or not a stone exists on this island that you are currently on, as I'm assuming it will take you quite some time to get off of it, contact us, and if need be, we will send the twins to aid you.
Understood.
And to put your mind at ease, Mal has contacted us again, and he is fine.
That's very reassuring. I'm glad to hear that.
Now, is there anything else?
I don't believe so. It's been a lot in the past day or two, but I definitely found what you were looking for, and there's a lot more.
Yes. Sometimes it is more of a curse than a blessing, having this sixth sense of the calls of war. Stay safe, stay vigilant, and may our powers bless you and your companions, even if they don't deserve it.
Thank you.
It's like Scrooge.
So I did want to ask in character, so because of how the cloak looks. So you're just gonna
go
wear
use the
that
bathroom.
around?
Well, in this specific situation, yes.
You don't think that
Might-
Oh, go ahead.
It might be useful if we run into any hostile creatures around here.
You don't think that it'll draw suspicion to yourself at all? You being
It's kind of noticeable.
with no sense of humor is like, no, it is noticeable.
I think we'll be okay for now. I'll know the right circumstances to take it off.
Hmm.
The Bone Devil flies back. How dare you! This is a gift from our Lord Moloch. And you would hide it from the world? Bah! When I get back, I would be very, very careful next time you call upon me, Doctor.
I will remember that. And I do
As you
appreciate your help
should.
thus far.
And you watch as his, like, it starts at the tip of his tail and the tip of his fingers and his toes and, like, the horns and all the bony protrusions. They all start to smoke a little bit. And then they catch fire.
Before like he leaves completely or gets ready to dissipate because time is almost up. I say this to him. Hold on. Hey man, typing, typing.
I just wanted to do that. Very well. And I bid you all farewell for now. Kai?
Did you say that out loud, Dr. Thorpe?
Mm-hmm.
Alright. Kai raises. Kind of looks at you, smiling.
And the Bone Devil looks at Kai. Goodbye for now, Kai and Alfric. Perhaps maybe next time we can swap faces like old times. And with his final laugh, just a poof of smoke.
Very well. Let us prepare this fox. I just begin to cook.
Side note, I got some motherfucking pizza rolls
Yo.
from the air fryer.
Did you put Texas Pete on them?
No.
What?
You know what?
Ruin them.
Nah, Brady's spitting. Like, he's the reason why I do that now.
It's so fucking good, dude.
Brady is spitting.
No.
It's literally a 5-star meal when you add Texas Pete. If you don't have Texas Pete on pizza rolls, it's like
Like,
3.5.
I literally don't eat them unless I have something on them because of Brady. Like, straight up.
I'm telling you, bro. Like, that's the goal.
They
Ingrid and
were
I
in the
have
air
made
fryer.
pizza rolls before and realized we had no Texas Pete, and we put them in the fridge. And we went and
What?
got pizza hot sauce the next day, reheated them, and then I ate them.
But like you're like 5 minutes away from a grocery store. Why do you
Not when it's 2:00 at night.
Brady, a man's got needs. Go in that store.
I'm not. It's like 30 minutes. Not 30 minutes. That's a lie. It's like 10-15 minutes away.
It's like 5 minutes away. What are you talking about?
I mean, Ridley's is right there. You're correct. But at 2:00 in the morning, them motherfuckers ain't open.
Oh, it's gonna be open.
I mean, when I bust through the window, give me my
Yep.
sauce. Except for, yeah, Ridley's doesn't even sell. I don't even think Walmart sells Texas Pete. Albertsons does. Not out here, they don't. It's really, it's a travesty.
That's like when I went to Chicago and I couldn't find a Butterfinger anywhere.
Damn.
Really?
Yeah, I couldn't
Really?
find a single Butterfinger. Like I was craving it so bad and I couldn't find one anywhere.
Crazy.
That's it.
Behind the Iron Curtain, can't find a Butterfinger.
Right.
Roasted.
Oh.
Okay, so let's see. As the rituals are finished and Dr. Thorpe's devil has dissipated, Dr. Thorpe gets the spit ready and has the rabbit, pretty much all the meat cleaned and all the guts and stuff that discarded to the side, and he begins to cook the fox, not the rabbit. I misspoke.
So, and I believe you all have questions, like as I'm like stirring and like getting everything ready to fry it. I believe you all have questions about my allegiance and who I serve.
Yeah, it's not every day I meet someone that has a contract with the devil.
Indeed. Well, what I said before
So,
in the past.
Kai, what's up with? Are you like the devil now?
The devil? No. I wouldn't stoop that low.
That freaking Morty. So, what are you, the devil? No. Okay. Well.
We all hear?
Yeah, we hear you. I
Oh.
do.
Oh, did you hear anything I just said?
I'm concerned that our companions are turning into devils.
Oh, well, you don't have to worry about anything. If I wanted to do something, I would have done it already.
Yes. Lord Moloch only grants me this power and gives me this power. But I'm still Thorpe, still a doctor, and I'm still after my research. I just have acquired taste of abilities.
Well, Lord Moloch had you doing, though, is the question.
Why are you serving Moloch? Like, how did that happen?
Moloch saved my life. I was on the brink of death, and he gifted these abilities and granted me new life. But of course, as all contracts go along, I have to declare my life to him. Same with you, I point to Trina, you and the goddesses you serve. Though, probably not as complicated as what has happened to me. But he was gracious enough to allow me to continue my research and to continue going on as a psychiatrist, as I am now. So, I'm at least thankful for that.
What does he like have you do?
He usually has me performing recon, getting some research for him on certain entities, certain creatures. Which is why I usually go off alone and speak to him in my mind to update him on how everything's going as far as my journey.
I apologize if that blasted anyone's ears. That was my bad.
Otherwise, he leaves me be unless he actually has something that he needs to tell me. As quoted from him himself. He doesn't care enough to constantly check up on me.
So you are yourself. There's no control over you and what you do.
No. But per contract, if there is something he requires of me, I must abide of it.
And you can cash in it. You can cash that in at any time. It sounds oddly familiar.
Well, at least I am not possessed, though. That's the good thing.
Oh, I'm not possessed. I am who I am now.
Oh, you are a demon now?
Yes.
You're not Kai anymore, are you?
No. The one called Kai. You all watched him die that day. But I am, and I start to kind of like measure myself up and look at myself. But I am trapped in the state until I fully get out.
I say this while looking at Kai.
Oh yes, I can.
And I smirk and smile. Intriguing.
Not Kai, who are you?
I just start laughing. When the time is right, you will know.
Yikes.
But again, no worries. I am here because of, well, actually, I have you to thank. And I look towards Jim. Because of your mission, I was finally able to get out of that prison.
I knew it. I did it on purpose.
That you did, I guess. But, like I said, if I wanted to harm y'all, I would have done it already.
Do you have Kai's memories?
I do.
Are you willing to?
I'm gonna try something real quick. Tell me if it is here, if you can hear it.
I hear music.
Yeah, like.
Is it like super loud?
We hear that in the forest.
No, that's the Monster Hunter barbecue spit from Monster Hunter 3 Ultimate. I was searching for it. I was like, Dr. Thorpe, because your role was good enough to cook the food. And I was going to play that, and you were going to like pop it up in the air and just like guzzle it. All right, sorry to kill the immersion. Continue.
Well, Kai, or whatever your true name is, what is your plan from here on out?
My plan? Well, I figured this much. So whatever sent Jim to where he needed to be, that city we were in, somehow manifested my powers, so I was able to break out of Kai for a little bit. And the one that trapped me in there, I believe she's connected to it. And I would need to find out.
So our goals are aligned, huh?
Could be. I don't know yet. This woman is very elusive. They spent a long time looking for her, and I have not seen her since the day she put me in his body.
Intriguing indeed. Well, more and more skeletons out the closet tonight, it seems.
Speaking of closets, are you guys outside or inside the hut?
Totally inside the hut.
Well, I'm inside the hut, so.
I assumed we were outside.
I'll kind of like step out with my animal and go like, hello, creatures of the forest.
Yep.
What you should
I'm pretty
do
much-
is say, "Creatures of the forest, lend me your rears." You know what I'm talking about?
I don't know what that's from, but it's hilarious.
Oh, it's what's it called? Ace Ventura.
Oh, I haven't seen it in so long. Throw me a
I think
spear,
I saw
man.
something. I think I saw something making fun of that because then a bunch of people started ripping off their ears and throwing them at him.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah,
I forget,
that sounds oddly familiar.
but it's been a long time since I've seen it too. But there are quotes that my brother and I used to always do, so it's forever in my head.
I know for the most part out here, I'm like out finishing up the food, and then I'm gonna end up bringing it inside the hut.
Okay.
Do I get any responses?
You.
Give us smooth.
Oh man.
Yes, you.
I'm just joking. I don't want to do that.
Yo, you should implement something like that in here. That would actually be kind of cool.
Let me.
Yes, silky smooth.
So as you come out and say what you say, you hear a squawking noise that, well, everyone else hears a squawking noise. And then someone else, like another voice that you hear, Jim. No! Quiet! Quiet! It's here! It's hunting! It can smell!
What's hunting you?
But we are trapped. We can't leave. For the sky is not safe at night. And the ground is too dangerous. Anytime. It's here. Do you hear it? Do you smell it? Can you see it?
Do I?
Roll a perception check.
Where's my...
Because of the sun and stuff, I'll say at disadvantage. Because of the trees being so tall and everything's almost pitch black outside of the radius of the campfire.
So, my sheet and everything's like all really weird.
Let me look.
And I don't have the
Do you
bar
see
up top.
So the bar up top, so if you look in the bottom left, you should see your token.
Yeah,
and-
I'm clicked on it.
And you don't see the bar?
Yeah, I'm gonna leave and come back.
Okay.
Here, I'll roll a d20. You said at disadvantage?
Correct. So it'll be +5.
Those.
That was a
D8s.
D. Yeah. Okay, so the lowest was a 5, so 10. So as you come out and look, you look up into the treetops and you can see, let me show you the creature.
Hold on, I am not loaded back in yet.
Okay. Oh, it's not a bunch of dinosaurs, it's the pterodons that are flying in the air.
Oh,
I don't-
bummer.
I like the picture of this token. It's for the pterodon, but it's like zoomed in on the fucking T-Rex.
Can you post that picture again? I
Yeah.
didn't see it.
So the pterodons are in the top flying. Those are the ones that are like you look up and you can see them and they're looking at you as they say this. And then they look further into the forest and you can start to hear branches crumble. And you actually hear a tree as it gets knocked over. And you can hear thud, thud, thud. And as you sort of squint and look forward, you can sort of see these two beady yellow eyes probably 50 feet away from you, looking at you from the darkest patches of the bushes. and you start to see a glowing orb form.
I'm gonna go in the hut.
Okay, and I believe Dr. Thorpe's already in there with the food. So as you start running into the hut,
Actually, and can I say, who are you? As I go into the hut.
okay, so you say, "Who are you?" and a
Nice.
big ass ball of fire comes zooming and hits the hut just as you get inside of it. And as you scream, "Who are you?" With the explosion, the pterodons start to take flight and start flying up. And you see something huge leap up in the air and start flying. And you can see the silhouette of the creature as it goes in, and you can see how large its mouth is. And it's essentially gobbling up these pterodons in one swallow. And it flies around, but as you're looking, the mix of the treetops and the darkness that is starting to overtake the horizon makes it near impossible to see exactly what this creature looks like. But you can definitely tell that it has what looks to be 2 legs, 2 wings, and a tail. And it does not respond to your question. And after like 30 seconds...
Do I know what this is?
I would highly doubt it. I don't think anyone has been to this island before, and not many tales of this island reach the mainland.
Okay.
But yeah, off in the distance.
Land of the Lost. No, I was kidding.
Did you guys hear that very, very softly?
Yes.
Oh,
Yeah.
this soundboard is wonderful. Way better than my old soundboard.
Kicked my ass, you know.
Oh, I'm sorry. You know what'll make you feel better?
You're gonna
find
post
it.
the
Hold on.
face. You're gonna post this. The face.
The
I thought he was going to
face.
say roll initiative.
He's just in the distance, just laughing.
Yeah. I'm just joking. He's not there. Yeah, he's not there.
Oh
On second thought.
my god!
Yeah, so that creature starts to eat all the pterodons as they fly away.
Oh my god.
Poor creatures.
Better than the mouse.
And with that fire blast that hit the tiny hut, a lot of the trees and shrubbery that's around you has essentially started sort of charred and cindered. That campfire completely busted. It's actually been extinguished from the sheer force of that fireball. It gobbled up all the fuel that you had on that fire, and everything around you is pitch black at this point, unless you have dark vision, in which you can see shades of gray. But when you look up at the sky, you can still see the horizon, the sort of purplish pink coloration of the sky, but the sun is fading, and it's fading fast.
Oh, Lloyd, thank you for the hut.
Yeah, is that would I know what a dragon is, Brady? I feel like I would, but just double checking.
I would say that all of you, yes, are familiar with dragons that can breathe fire. So, based on what you just saw, is a very keen observation of a dragon.
I don't know, but
Lovely.
dragons usually have 4 legs and 2 wings.
I didn't see. I just heard a very
That's all I
distinct
made
roar.
out was 2. Did you said that right? Its wings are
Correct.
attached to its arms.
Yep.
Could be a wyvern.
What the fuck did you just call it?
Wyvern.
Wyvern.
I got a buddy at work that, you know, has played the Pokemon Unite game with us, and he calls Lucario Lucario, and it pisses me off.
Lord.
Oh no.
That's not even.
It upsets the absolute
says his
shit out of
name.
me. I mean, he's the man has never played a Pokemon game, at least
Nah,
not after the first generation. So he's like, "Who's this Lucario? He looks pretty cool." I'm like, "What the fuck did you just call him?" I was upset. I was about to throw hands, but he's one of my good buddies, so I didn't.
Oh man. What the fuck you just say? I'll say that shit again.
You best watch your manners.
Oh no.
Well, looks like we're eating in the dark then.
Yep.
Boy.
Well,
you guys
the
would've
inside of the
definitely
hut
died.
is lit.
Oh,
It's
okay.
not like lit like
lit.
Christmas, but you know,
Let's go.
it's a nice dim reading light.
Let's
Very
go.
easy on the eyes.
All right, and like have like a share, like a big share of the fox I just cooked. All right, feel free to dig in. Definitely been a long day.
Did you take the pelt with you, or did you leave it outside?
Left it outside.
Okay. It's been charred.
Okay. I guess I just start munching at the meat.
Okay.
Hey,
As you
guys,
do. Oh, go ahead, Jim.
I think this is gonna be quite the wild ride on this island.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Definitely seems that way.
Good news, though, I think you're gonna be able to turn us into other things that you probably haven't seen before, Lloyd.
Yeah, that is one added benefit.
Instead of just big monkey.
Yeah. Speaking of which, Brady, I would like to take the time to take a spell slot and put it in the ring.
Okay.
And I want to put a polymorph in there.
Okay. You have the appropriate spell slot, right?
Yeah, I have 1 to 3, 4th level left.
Okay.
And I just made it a 0.
All right.
And then I will mark that in there under old Frederick.
Yeah, so you pop Frederico back out of his pocket dimension, and you cast the polymorph spell into the ring of spell storing.
Mm-hmm.
Are you still there? You guys
Hello?
all hear. But Jim, you hear the voice call out. And you see
Yes?
these tiny, let me see, where is it? You see these tiny little creatures come out and start to circle the hut. And they're sniffing around. Are you still there? Is there more food? We are awfully hungry.
Hey,
Hi.
Dr. Thorpe, can I have a little bit of the not that good part?
Help yourself. That's for everyone.
Look, entrails. Ooh. And they go towards the spot where Dr. Thorpe had thrown out all the entrails and discarded portions. And you can see the creatures, if you have dark vision, you can see them eating.
Hey, little fellas. I have some actual meat over here if you want some.
Where? Where are you so we can bring it to Mother?
I kind of like peek my head out of the hut and extend my hand with the meat.
And
It's
they
over
look.
here.
They start to sniff, and they're looking around. We did not smell you before. We only heard you. Yes, we only heard. You have good camouflage. Yes, you can hide from the queen. And the king.
Can you tell me about the king or queen?
Very hot from their mouth it comes. Yes, and it is the last bright light you'll ever see. Almost like a meteor that wiped out an entire species. I'm joking. I'm just joking.
Man, fourth wall breaking.
I know, right? I'm awful at it. I know. The mother, her scales. Their scales gleam a green, a dark green. And watch out for her tail. If it pricks you, you will not feel well. No, not at all. But everyone respects the queen, and you hide when she starts her hunt. Yes, hide like you have now. Very good camouflage, for she did not eat you, nor did she fry you up. She has killed many brothers and sisters of ours, and eaten them. Yes, eat them. Sometimes she hunts for fun. Mother has been very, very busy trying to keep us safe. Yes, but no food. Oh, so we hunt ourselves when Mother's away.
What kind of creature are you?
Creature?
Person?
Person? I
When
do
does the
not
queen
understand.
hunt?
How did you understand us?
These
are
Yeah, like
Oh wait, are they talking to him? Sorry, I
No,
had
you're
to
good,
close
you're
my
good.
stuff to reopen it.
So these are the
So I missed
creatures, and you
something.
can see them as they're speaking. Like they're just like doing like sort of like
Like yipping
think
noises
of
or
think of how a velociraptor talks essentially, or maybe maybe one of the little dudes, the
Gotcha,
little annoying
okay.
dudes, and they're
Sorry.
just like doing those hisses and barks and stuff like that. And Jim is able. I would say that the speak with animals, you can talk to them normally and they understand you, or you can mimic whatever they're to sound like them.
I always imagined it like I speak normal, and they're able to interpret my speak.
Yeah, that's what I've always thought so too. But
Oh
so
yeah, I was picturing it as like Kronk.
That's
squeakity
also
squeak
good.
squeak squeaking.
Squeaker. Jim, what do the locals say?
They're talking about the king and the queen, which was what we just encountered, was the queen.
But she didn't get you. Count your blessings, the blessings. You have not become food this day, but will that happen again tomorrow? Every hunt is new, every hunt is different. What rewards you may seek should only be your own life. Escape the island while you can. We cannot go, for we're stuck on land.
Hey, little fellas.
You have more food. We're awfully hungry, and we have dozens of brothers and sisters that would need feed.
Do you know... I can give you a little more food, but I need to know if you know of any old or interesting woman that is a human.
Woman? Human? Do they smell like you?
She won't smell like me.
We
She'll
smell
look
many
like
great
me,
things.
though.
She'll look like you? We cannot see you. We only smell you. But only for a moment, and the scent has faded. But we hear you. Your camouflage is best. Never have I seen you. Never will I taste you either. I cannot find you.
I beckon them over.
You do
Smell
that,
this, and
and
I
you-
hold out my axe.
Ooh, a familiar scent. An evil scent. Very bad scent. Mother say no go that way.
And which way is that?
The queen's lair.
Are you the same queen?
There is no other queen. There can only be one. If another one were to try to take her place, a fight in the sky there would be.
One last question. Are king and queen friends? Or
Oh,
separate?
yes. They are friends. They protect one another. Always hunt together, usually. The
I
king
grabbed them a little
hides
more
while the
meat.
queen...
Go ahead, Brady.
The queen is the main hunter, and the king hides in the distance, waiting to surprise. Yes, and a good surprise he is. You'll never even feel it, he's so good. At least that's what we've seen when our brothers and sisters become too adventurous on the beach. Yes, stay away from the beach. Too easy to spot you, it is. But you have good camouflage. You might be able to go there. Other humans have been at the beach. Or I guess other people that smell like you have been at the beach before. Yes, lots of them. They all look strange, different sizes, and they get along. They don't eat each other. It's very weird.
Can you point me in the direction that the evil smell is coming from? The Queen's lair?
The Queen's lair? It's up the mountain, of course. Up the mountain. That one. And they point in the darkness. But you can't see it because it's too dark. And your camouflage is too good. Yes, very good camouflage. Nothing can hunt you. Nothing.
Thank you very much, little fellas. And I go and get them a decent-sized piece of meat from the fox.
And as you throw it out, they eat it. This is the good meat. Yes, it's those mystical creatures' meat. We have trouble finding those ones, but sometimes Mother brings back a few. Very good.
Do you know anything about these creatures?
I believe that they are usually furry. Yes, this one had no fur on it. Very weird. You ate the fur, did you?
It's out there. It got burned.
And they start to, you can hear them sniffing the ground. And they start to tear it apart and eat it. The fur is very good. Very good. Yum. Oh no. We ate it all. Do you have more food for our brothers and sisters? They will go hungry. Maybe
all the
you,
food
with
I
your
have.
camouflage, can go hunt for us. Yes, we'll follow and wait for food. How long does Speak with Animals last? An hour?
I don't know.
10 minutes.
It's probably about 10.
Or maybe, hold on. Ritual, yeah, it lasts for 10 minutes. So, as
10
they're like,
seconds.
yeah, as they're talking again, we just think, or whatever the fuck a Jaggy sounds like.
Hey, just get Monster Hunter noises would be cool.
Well,
Actually, I bet I can
guys,
find one real quick.
I found out some stuff.
Okay.
These little dinosaurs, or these little critters. I shouldn't say dinosaurs yet. So there's the king and queen are that creature, and they smelled my axe, and they said that the same evil from Bleak Bell that's left on my axe is the queen's cave or lair in the mountain. So unfortunately, that's my goal.
Well, if we are to make haste in that direction, we will need to rest.
Yeah.
I like clean up what's left of the food, and then start getting ready to lay back.
Are either of you guys able to do any healing before we go to sleep?
Out of character, let me check.
I feel like we could
I can
use
heal
as much as
myself.
we possibly can. You should
With some
do
hit
it.
die.
Oh,
Yeah, I should only have like 2 second level slots left. All right. Who is hurting the most?
Lloyd.
but who has? Is that too metagamey to say who has hit die left?
Yes.
I feel like I couldn't recover a little bit. I've recovered too much recently. How about you guys? Are you guys able to recover?
I don't know what recovery means.
Rested.
That thing where you stop drinking alcohol.
That sucks. Always gives me a headache.
I cast Cure Wounds at second level on Lloyd.
Okay, go ahead and roll it.
I guess cast Cure Wounds second level on Trina. And then I'm gonna go ahead and do my rest after that. There we go.
There's a good roll.
Alright, so Trina goes up 19.
Thank you.
Right.
Lloyd goes up 11.
And then I'm gonna do that there long rest.
I'm gonna take a long
Thanks.
rest too.
And I'm gonna go ahead and
You're her.
you know what?
And you say we have to declare how many we're rolling beforehand?
Right.
Oops, I forgot I was still speaking the other language.
I don't know. 6 of them.
Okay.
Hey, Brady, I was gonna ask. The Lich Slayer axe.
Mm-hmm.
Did I get any spell slots from killing what's his name?
You didn't kill
Chendo's?
him. He was
So
knocked unconscious.
arbitrarily, I didn't specify that I want to kill him non-lethally.
No. Even if you were trying to kill him lethally, he rolls death saves. And he didn't finish his death saves, so he didn't die.
How do we know which ones do death saves?
Pretty much main NPCs like that would do death saves. Like if they're meant to be an enemy, like, you know, Shaggy Vanessa or something like that, I won't make them roll death saves. They're creatures. But if they're NPCs like
I
that
got
are
you.
built,
I
that
don't
are
know
built
the
like
distinct-
characters.
So Joker would.
Or Trendos.
Yeah, so all 3 of those, they roll death saves.
Oh yeah, let's go ahead and
That's what I wanted to hear.
change some
Oh.
spells real quick. as
Yeah, I
well.
don't think my spell's saved, Brady.
What do you mean?
I added new spells last time. I don't think they saved.
You know, it's probably pretty good I didn't get an acolyte of the fire
Actually,
god
it
stuck in my axe.
shows all of you except for Dr. Thorpe at level 9. How did that happen? We did all the stuff.
Oh, shit.
Oh yeah, and then my health is not at not where it's supposed to be.
Something fishy's going on here.
Yeah, I noticed. I was like, 80s, 86. What?
Oh, I don't remember what I rolled.
Yeah, I just took average.
I think I
Yeah,
rolled.
I believe
had a
no. I think you rolled a 2 because I remember.
Oh yeah.
I remember you rolled a 1, and you got a re-roll, and then you rolled the 2 because I was talking shit.
I was like, no balls, and then instantly after, dang, you should have rolled, man. Yeah, my health. I need to.
Did I get average?
No, you were 1 below average. I think you rolled a
Okay,
7.
So 7.
And then Trina, I think you took the average, didn't you?
Yeah.
Hit your thing real
I gotta
quick.
add these fucking shits back to my thing again.
Just message me which spells they are, and I can do it quickly for you. Because we were having trouble with it last time.
Did we
I
get
think.
to level 10 or 9? That's not 10, right?
Yeah, 10.
Level 10?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, nice. Forgot about that.
Oh, and Kirsten,
first-
we've been playing Warlock almost completely incorrectly. You don't have to prepare your spells. Every spell that you know is always prepared and ready to roll. So you don't have to do all the spell preparations like we have been doing. So anything on your spell sheet is available to cast as long as you have the spell slots.
Oh, nice.
How do I message you, Brady, again?
In the game,
Yeah.
I don't remember.
Okay,
I'm pretty
I'll just
sure
do
it's
this one.
/whisper GM, like, or /WGM space, whatever you're gonna say.
That work for you? Yeah, they did.
Oh shoot! I only rode. Hold on, let's see.
It did. Previte.
Waiting. As I get my funds.
That was weird. I don't know why that happened.
I should take the dual wielder feat and then wield 2 battle axes.
There you go.
Here we go. All right, cool. It's only rolled 5.
Oh, for your hit die. Did you add your HP to your max?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So we're getting back where it's supposed to be now. Hopefully it stays like this.
Yeah, I don't know what happened.
And let me go ahead.
Very strange.
Possibly change some spells around real quick. Let's see here.
Who won't let me change my level?
Weird. I will fix that.
Hmm. I might need to use this.
Okay, those spells should be on your spell sheet now there, Lloyd.
Uh-huh.
And
I don't know if you increased my HP or if you're still working on that. I don't remember if that got applied or not.
I don't think I've done that just yet, so let me do that. Wonder what happened in Foundry did this to us. Why
I get a
Foundry?
cantrip! Yay.
Yay!
It's the little things.
It's more shit I can do.
The only
Yeah,
thing I gotta do.
my level 10 was being able to summon that devil. Once a week, though.
I get a rock.
I got a roll.
I get a rock. I get to merge with my Raven Spirit now.
Oh, snap. It changes. Ooh.
There. Ooh, I think there it goes. Yep, everything should be added on your sheet now, Jeffrey.
Oh,
It added the arcane tradition like a couple extra times to show like what it was that you get at what level.
okay.
So if you wanna, if you want that deleted or whatever, go for it. Whatever
That's
helps
all
you remember.
Yeah.
Take it
snap,
easy,
this would be
Justin.
useful.
Sorry I didn't get to talk
Can
to
I
you
get
too
my
much.
spell slots back?
Shit.
I should. I'll just put them back.
You do have a hit die that you can utilize now, Jim. As you guys are resting.
Oh, I do?
Yeah, because
Just
you guys
one,
leveled.
right?
You guys leveled up after all the shenanigans.
So can I just do a short rest and... Is that how I should do it? Or should I just do another... I don't really care.
Do the long rest, and you should be able to roll one hit die. And then if you want to take a short rest right after that and roll whatever you get after the long rest, you can do that too.
Oh, I see. So I have the feat durable. So I'm not sure if it's being applied.
I don't think it does automatically. So we just have to regain from the roll equal twice your constitution modifier.
So yeah, this spell will be good. Good for
Essentially,
Jim.
yeah, the lowest you can roll is an 8 on there. Which means you can roll either an 8, 9, 10, 11, or 12.
So 8. So I should get an additional 3 on this one, right?
Yeah. Yeah, we'll just do that. If you roll under an 8, we'll just count it as an 8. So you're not always just like re-rolling. It'll just make it speed it up a little bit. Because 8's a pretty good number. But if you want to roll it until you get above an 8, you can do that too.
Okay.
I think that's everybody almost. Okay.
And I guess I'll do one short rest. I'll just do one hit die.
Okay.
Or let's see.
Apparent. Oh, never mind.
I'll do 2. Let's get to full health.
Ooh.
That
that's a fun
guarantees
one.
me full health. So I'm just...
Okay.
I should roll it anyways to get rid of them.
Yeah, that'll work.
And did any of you eat the food?
Yes.
Yeah.
All
I
right,
think
you
we
also
all did.
get an additional like 1 HP
Whoop,
on
whoop.
rest.
Cause of your cooking utensils there.
Yeah. A little something, but you know, it's something.
Brady, I'm
Okay.
sure you're way faster at it. Can you add commune with nature to my spell list?
Yeah.
I have a hard time finding the compendium, the right one.
Done.
I knew you'd be faster.
Yeah, as a GM, I've got a special thing that lets me pretty much search everything.
Dude, I'm trying to figure out what else I want to switch.
Okay,
to.
Tasha's Cauldron has some really cool cantrips.
Yeah, so any of them that you want. And as a warlock, I think every time you level up, you can take one of your existing spells and swap it with another, but that doesn't count for cantrips.
I would like to cast commune with nature
Ooh.
in order to ruin all of the surprises that you have in store for us.
Okay, let's see. So it's a ritual, and it lasts for 1 minute. Now the spell gives you knowledge of the land within 3 miles of you. In caves and radius is limited. Spell doesn't function where nature has been replaced by construction. Okay. Up to 3 facts of your choice about any of the following subjects.
I would like to know about the animals, powerful fae, and let's go with the influence from other planes. Those are
Good things
Okay.
to know.
yeah.
Alright, so within 3 miles of you, literally pretty much the hex that you're on, I think. Yeah.
Is it the island is 3 miles or?
No. So if you look, everything is scaled correctly.
Oh,
So
cool.
3 miles is literally the hex. I think everything, like the ruler, I think it does increments of 6 miles. So the hex that
So
you guys
one
are
is
on
3.
is
Okay.
half. The half of that hex is what you're able to commune with nature. So for the animals, you know that most of the animals that live here are either beasts or reptiles. There are a couple of wyvern type creatures that roam these parts, but very little actually live here. And you know that most of the animals here are, I'll say they are prey to larger creatures that live elsewhere.
Can I do a little timeout here?
Sure.
It says I get to pick the form of the creature that comes and tells me this, and I would like to pick a bear like nature.
Hold on. Something comes to tell you?
Yeah.
I'm one with nature.
It's not in that. It's a barbarian feature.
Oh.
Of
It's
it.
not. Oh. I thought it was the spell itself. Okay, hold on.
It's like a flavored spell. So at 10th level, you can cast a commune with nature spell, but only as a ritual. When you do so, a spiritual version of one of the animals you chose from the totem, spirit of aspect of the beast, appears to convey the information you seek.
Okay.
So I choose a bear because that's one of my options, and I would assume it's like nature.
Okay. So as you use your ritual, as you're finished, your eyes are glowing green, and the wind starts to rustle around the tiny hut. I forget. Are you doing this? You're probably doing this at the beginning of the day, right?
Yeah, like we wake up and kind of getting around.
Okay. So yeah, just before the what's it called? Just before the tiny hut's even dissipated, you wake up before everybody and start to commune, and the leaves start to rustle, and as they're rustling, you can start to hear the intricate droppings of rain as it starts to lightly rain and drizzle. Through the bushes, as you look out, now that the sun has started to pierce through the clouds, you can see the rustling of bushes, and you see a green visage of a bear walking towards you. And I say walking because it's walking on 2 legs.
It actually is nature. That's the best.
And as it comes forward, wow, I've never been here before, but I have a lot to tell you, Jim. A lot indeed, so lend me an ear and get ready for a story.
I stick crisscross.
No,
Yeah.
Yeah, you did all that.
Nietzsche comes up and he starts to draw on the sand with his quarterstaff. There are many, many creatures that live in this area. A lot of them. And I mean a lot. But they're tiny little things. They're this big. And he puts his arms like barely to his side, outstretched to where it's kind of like, maybe 3 to 5 feet. They're very tiny creatures, except for the mothers, of course. The mothers are this big, And he holds them out, and you can see that he's trying to stretch it a little further. He's like, I can't quite get it, but I think you understand. Those creatures, I wouldn't be too worried about. They're not really good at hunting unless they're with each other. And because of you all being in a large group, I'm sure that they're going to avoid you at all cost. In fact, you've already made nice with a few of the young ones. So, nothing to worry about there. It's the big ones you gotta worry about. But, luckily for you, they don't live in this area. They live further away. So, they only come here to hunt. I would be very, very careful with your steps, because sometimes they come through and they wait. So if you start making patterns on this island, well, you might be in for a treat after getting out of your tiny hut one day. What was one of the other informations you wanted to know?
The one was powerful Fey influence or other planar. Hold on, let me...
Yeah. Powerful celestials, fae, fiends, elementals, or undead. And influence from other planes. Well, those ones are a little tougher. Because I don't sense any of that fae magic around here. Except for those little fox creatures that you saw and ate. Which, well, let's just say perhaps you got lucky this time. But I wouldn't eat fae creatures anymore if I were you. And those blue foxen, well, they're not particularly fond of being eaten. So I think the next time you find them, if they figure out that you ate one of their own, they would be quite upset, and they would tell somebody, and that somebody would not be happy with you. I don't think many fae live here, though, besides the foxen. There might be some pixies here and there. An influence from other planes, well, I don't see that happening at all. Most of this is all from this plane of existence. There's nothing from fire, earth, water, air, or any of the in-betweens. Well, this has been quite fun, Jim. Perhaps maybe next time I'll have more information for you. But until then, stay vigilant. The jungle is a very spooky place. Aboo! And he holds his hands above his head like he's trying to scare you. Oh, it worked. Good. Anyway, stay on your toes. On your feet. Sorry. I don't know if it's a sore subject or not. Anyway, I seem to be fading. And he does begin to fade and dissipate, and the leaves that he was essentially created of, the wind takes them and starts flying. Good luck, Jim! Best of luck to you and your friends!
I am
as
glad
he says,
I told you that.
Yeah, I didn't know that was part of the ability. That's tight. And yeah, so unless you specify in the future, it's going to be nature.
Oh, absolutely. It will be nature in the future.
Oh, how fun.
I know how much you like being nature.
Nietzsche's the best. He's a bear.
And
Well,
so-
I'm just joking. As Lloyd begins to wake up and pack his belongings, the hut fades. It fades slowly. It usually takes like 30 seconds to fade, or within the last minute, you start to see it fading away to the point where you can definitely tell that the creatures around are starting to see you appear, if there are any. And so as it fades away completely, you see that every like 3 feet around you is completely charred black, except for where the hut was sitting.
Oh.
And I believe the hut is a 10-foot radius, or is it diameter? One of the two. So 3 feet beyond that is charred, which definitely shows the power of that ball of fire that came at the hut the night prior. And as you're getting out of the hut, you can hear the pitter patter of the rain. And it's actually quite chilly today. On a scale of 1 to 100, it's like 37. So you can pretty much, I think you can pretty much see your breath whenever you speak. And the rain doesn't help with how chilly it is.
Oh, so it's cold. Okay. Judge.
You're not talking Celsius. You said Fahrenheit.
Yeah.
I just throw on my hood.
Hey, Dr. Thorpe, what does that thing do?
Well, not sure just yet. But guess we'll figure that out once in character. Guess we'll figure that out once we get into another battle, perhaps.
Is this homebrew?
Technically, from a Reddit post.
Yeah, I know what it does out of character, but in character, I guess we'll figure that out in the next battle.
Yeah. In character, Thorpe has become attuned to it, unless you were purposely not attuning to it, in which case then you are correct, you don't know.
Yeah, I'm attuned to it.
Okay.
Wearing a crown now.
She over here warging into her crow.
Yeah. Actually, I'll do that. I'll go stand on a Thorpe's shoulder.
Let's see. It's that, oh, I don't think we have it on
mirror
here, do we?
image, magical hats.
Yeah, you completely transform into your crow, right?
Yeah.
Like you are the crow, and the crow is you.
Yeah, we become one being, essentially.
Oh, you go all wild shape? That's cool.
Yeah, so you watch Trina as she she strokes Beltran's beak, and then as she does that, you watch as she kind of like when Kakashi does his little thing to put people into the void zone or whatever, the spirally void thingy, as he's sucking things in the universe or whatever.
Oh, yeah.
You know. That happens, and Trina morphs into the bird, and you see the sort of like dark aura that takes her form and sort of transfers it into Beltran. I don't remember if you can speak in that form or not.
So essentially, she pretty much sucks into the bird like Robin Williams as a kid on Jumanji.
Yeah, that's exactly it.
Did that hurt?
Well, since we are showing off, you know what? I do have an idea of what this thing does. And then I'm gonna go ahead and expand one of these charges to create a mirror image of myself.
Okay. Also, Kirsten, just so you're aware, in Beltran form, you become the Raven, and the Raven cannot speak. He can only caw.
Yep.
I'm a cast Mage Armor Brady.
Oh, a Mage Armor boy.
Yeah.
I think it's already in effect, so
Yeah.
that worky.
Now, what does a mirror image do? This is just pretty much like a decoy that can take a hit.
Yeah, so the way mirror image...
You.
Yeah, whenever
Doesn't
someone
last
hits
that
you, depending on how many images you have left, you'll roll a d20, and if it's above whatever number has to be, they hit the mirror image instead of you.
Okay.
It only lasts a minute, though.
All right, but I guess I expend one of my charges of it, and then make a a very, like the effect of it would be like, I would guess assume like something very hellish, not like fiery or anything like, but it's like a very hellish, shadowy like shadowy like image that just forms.
Okay. So Thorpe decides to expand one of the charges of his item, and you watch as 4 shadowy clones of himself essentially step out, and then he sort of fades into his own shadow as well. And every time he moves his hand, all the other hands move at the exact same time with the exact same precision.
And obviously you can tell which one's me because Trina's on my shoulder.
Did you just waste it?
Of course. There are other things I can do with it. Why not figure out how it works?
That's pretty
It's quite
cool.
intriguing, though.
Lloyd, that's like your party trick.
Yeah, one of them.
Seems to have saved your booty a couple times.
It's helpful.
And also, I seem to be able to see in the night if I put on this hood. So, won't always have to pull out my blade and give up our position.
Useful.
And there is one more thing that I can do with it, but I will wait until we perhaps get into a battle to see what that does.
As you guys are standing there, the bushes around you start to rustle.
Well, let's get out of here.
Indeed. Finish packing things and then start walking. So, what direction exactly are we going into?
I have no idea. I look to our raven companion. Do you want to take a look for us?
We should go this way. And I point to the direction towards the lair.
Okay. So he points a direction, and through the trees, now that the sun is up, you can actually get a better look. And you can see in the distance a mountain on the horizon, or at least on an edge of the jungle. It looks like it's tiny, but that's probably because of how far away it is.
Shit. I mean, that's our end goal, so I don't know what we want to do. We want to just head straight there, or what do you guys want to do about that? I don't know.
Definitely
Remember
seems...
when we had like a cart and like not all the shitty stuff happening all the time?
And I remember the horse Penelope. No.
Yeah, I think he did say that after a week, if you guys didn't come back, he was going to keep the horse.
Yeah.
Penelope.
Yeah,
Sad indeed.
that's that stuff. Goodbye.
Unfortunate. But we'll be there eventually. Well, out of the way, it is dangerous. We are in unfamiliar territory with unfamiliar creatures. Best tread softly.
Do I see what's in the bushes? Is it another fox group, or is it the little compy boys?
If you go and investigate, you look, and yes, the little jaggy boys, 2 of them, and they're looking at you, and they sniff, and they're like calling to you, but you can't understand them.
I reach out to pat one on the head. I say, "Good boy."
a little hesitant at first as you reach your hand out, but then it realizes you don't mean it harm, and it lets you do it, and it kind of sniffs your hand, and you can watch as its mouth starts to froth, and he drools a little bit.
Well, if we end up getting some food, I'm sure these guys would like to partake.
Interesting.
And they call and look at each other and call as if they're having a conversation, and then one of them like runs out and sniffs in the air, and then the other one sniffs too, and they start to run towards the north. And as they start to get in the bushes you can see rustling for probably like 10 feet or so before they stop and rustle back, and one looks and it calls, and it looks like it's calling to you, and then it starts running that way again.
Guys, time to run. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go.
I head that way.
Very well.
Okay.
I start moving along with them.
So they seem like they're not like super in a rush or anything, because they stop every now and then and sniff the air, and they start to zigzag every now and then. But at one point they get to sort of like an open clearing, probably like only 20 feet in diameter, or a 20-foot radius of an opening. And as they get to the edge of the bushes, they sniff the air and they look at each other, and one of them runs as fast as it can into the middle of the clearing, where you see sort of these rocks that are formed on top of each other, and it dives into the burrow that's underneath it. The other one calls out to you guys very softly, and then it runs to do the same.
Is the burrow like big?
It's big enough for a creature that is probably, let me look at something real quick, that is of a large size. A little bit smaller than a creature that's of a large size.
Okay, so we can fit in it.
Yeah, a large creature would have to squeeze, but mediums can walk in there nice and easy.
You guys cool with going down there? I kind of trust these guys.
Sure, I guess.
We haven't a choice, have we?
Yeah, let's go in the hole.
Let's go.
Yeah, leave.
Sprint to the hole.
Gerald, what do you have your interface global volume control set to?
Usually it's low, because I thought it was low because I haven't really been able to hear too much of anything, but that one just sticks out. Hold on.
Yeah, I've got that volume at half. I think if I go any, like, I can barely hear it myself, but that's because I've got my interface, ambient, and playlist volume all in the middle.
Alright, give me a second.
Or do you guys want to try and fight this thing right now?
I am happy not fighting.
The BVEG of the island.
Which
right
one
now.
is this, you said?
Upon arrival.
Ambient or interface. I think it's interface though, coming from the soundboard.
I'm turning it all down. Alright, that one.
Alright, I'm gonna play it again.
Did you just do it?
I did.
And
do
is
it.
that the same
Okay, I
or
didn't.
as
I
last
barely
time,
heard it.
Brady?
I didn't hear it.
You didn't hear it? I'll turn it up a little bit.
One more time.
Oh,
one
I
more. Play
barely
it one more
heard
time.
that.
10 more times, please.
No, just one more. Well, okay, hold on. This is honestly the last time. One more time. I don't know which one it is, because I turned both of them up to see it. Alright, it's fine. Alright, you're good.
I'm gonna play it one more time on. No, it's not playlists.
I know it's not
definitely-
playlist. I
it's
turned down
definitely-
ambient, and then I turned it up. It was low, and then I did interface, and it was still low. So I have no idea.
I'd put them both in the middle, and that should be fine. But anyway, you hear that coming from the way you came, and you start to see trees start to topple down, and in the distance you can see a large green creature as it's currently, it looks like it's running full speed towards you guys.
Yeah, get in the hole. Get in the hole.
Get to the hole.
And as you guys run out, I don't know what the marching order is, but who wants to volunteer as the last person to dive in the hole?
Not it.
I'll
I
be
feel like
the
it should be who's the slowest. Or is there anybody slower?
I
all the
think Kai and you are the fastest, so you guys definitely would make it in first, and then it's a toss-up between Lloyd, Trina, and Dr. Thorpe. So how about we do
sounds
this?
like a roll.
Yeah,
Trina's just
all of
flying in.
you.
She's speedy.
Actually, yeah, never mind.
Bird.
Trina's still a crow. She's
Bird.
actually, I think.
The fastest.
What is a crow's flying speed, or a raven? Let me look. No, the fly speed is 50 though. So,
Oh, jeez.
yeah. So yeah, Trina, first one in there, followed by Kai, and then Jimothy, and then athletics roll from Lloyd and from Dr. Thorpe.
I am fucking scared.
That is a good roll on this situation.
I am sprinting.
Oh no.
I should have packed my brown pants. So as the creature sees you all starting to run, it flaps its wings and gains a great boost of speed. And as you guys, Trina dives in, followed by Kai, and then Jimothy just dives in, belly flops, and slides down in the hole. Lloyd and Dr. Thorpe are like neck and neck, and Dr. Thorpe grabs Lloyd's shoulder and sort of flicks him back a little bit to give him the edge. That's how close it is. And Lloyd is he's like, what the fuck? Off balance for a second. Just enough time for the creature to pop out of the bushes and get one bite attack off.
Can I shield?
You can.
Or no, wait. Or wait. No. I'm gonna do something else.
Oh?
Oh man.
I'm using one of my features.
Yeah.
Whoa, that thing is sick, dude. That's
I
not
am
normal.
doing one of my arcane traditions.
Thing.
I've rolled the. Let's see. You can use your reaction to divert the attack, provide another Yep.
I'm feeling that.
The attacker must make a wisdom save. So let me roll that real quick. I believe isn't your.
So
It failed its
More
save.
scumbag.
On a failed save, the attacker must target the creature that is closest to it, not including itself. So that would be Dr. Thorpe. So it goes in for you, and you turn around and do a flash of brilliant light, which causes the creature to immediately divert its attack to Dr. Thorpe, who, at this moment in time, would still be under the mirror image spell. Roll a d20 for me, because it did hit you. And I need to, if you roll, I think you got to roll a 7 or higher for the full
Guess he
mirror
did not
image.
waste the cloak charge.
19 is good. So it goes in to bite, and one of your shadows completely dissipates. But you can feel the inches between you and the great jaws of this creature. You can feel the force as the air pushes out, and you can feel the hot breath as you start to see flames trickle out the side of its mouth. And as it bites into absolutely nothing, it rears back, pissed off, screams into the air, flies up 10 feet, and you can see it preparing a fireball in its mouth. As you guys start to descend into the hole, I think it's 15, 20 feet, there's a massive explosion at the mouth of this hole, but it doesn't trickle down. and you can hear the creature scream outside of this hole. And then you see the shadow of it as it flies above the hole, and then it does it again. And then silence. You hear the echoes within this small little cavern, pitter-patter of the rain. And as you're starting to look around, the only light source you have is coming from the hole, and at this distance it doesn't really illuminate anything in this hole. But for those of you with dark vision, you look around and you can see those two small jaggy, the little creatures, sitting there in the corner, like curled up with each other, obviously scared, frightened. And you can see a bunch of smaller ones, even smaller than they are, probably like a foot or so long, that are all huddled in a nest.
Hey, Lloyd, give these boys a good berry.
Hold on. I want to talk to them first. I'll give them food, but I want to hear them when I feed them. And
You can speak with animals too?
I'm going to do Rary's telepathic bond, Brady, with 8 creatures. I want to see if it works on them.
All right, let's see.
Oh, there you go.
You don't have that prepared. It's a ritual. Neat.
Yeah.
So let's see. Willing creatures of your choice within range. The creatures with intelligence 2 or less aren't affected. Well, let's look at the stat
They're
sheet.
pack hunters. They've got to be above 2.
Well, I'm at least get all of us, and then the remainder, at least one. I think how many of us? 5 of us?
Yeah, 2 or less. So you finish the spell, and yeah, there's 5 of you. So all of you are telepathically linked for, 1 hour, and you attempt on the creatures, but it does not seem to affect them.
Oh, none of them. Okay.
Okay. I'll start doing my ritual to speak with animals.
Okay.
Then I think to Dr. Thorpe, what the fuck?
I just look at him with the same smirk on my face.
Listen here, motherfucker. Was the shove really necessary?
I don't know. Was it?
No, it wasn't.
Indeed. And I'm like, and I revert my gaze from him back to the children.
I wait till he can speak to the animals before I do
He
anything.
would. I'm pretty sure he would start casting at the moment you start casting your ritual.
Okay.
And as you finish it, you can hear them speaking to each other, Jim. Oh, the queen. Fierce. Oh, we were so close. Why did we go back, though? Why did we go back? They did not have food. They had food yesterday. But they slept all night. Night sleepers. No food they had.
I can
And yes.
understand you again.
And they look up. We can see you. Your camouflage is not that great today. For we can see and smell you.
Yes, these are my friends. Thank you for leading us to your cave.
Well,
You saved us.
it was worth saving all of our skins. Otherwise, we would have been a great meal for the queen. And she would have ended up getting our brothers and sisters, probably.
How many are there around us, Brady?
12 total, including the 2 big ones.
Okay.
But the small ones that are in a nest are definitely juvenile. Like, they're pretty much like drunk puppies.
Sure. I go over to Jim and say, ask him if they eat berries.
Do you guys eat berries?
No, only caucuses.
Are you
And
sure? These berries are special berries.
Are they meat berries?
They can be.
What are they saying?
No, they're magic berries.
That sounds really ew. Yes, that doesn't sound edible at all.
Okay,
No.
they don't want them.
Well, how about we make something and mix it into something they can eat? How about that?
Yeah, I'll just tell them that
If
we'll get
you
them
want,
some food.
we'll take a bison burger with lettuce, tomato, and onions, and a jam jelly dress. I'm just joking.
Sounds really good.
Start fries.
I was gonna say, is that Boise Fry Company you're talking
It
about?
is.
With aioli.
It is because the blueberry habanero
Blueberry
sauce they
mayo.
put on it. Yeah, so good. Now I'm hungry. Mother should be back any time now. Yes, she went out hunting, and she should be back with food.
Is Mother gonna be angry that we're in your home?
We'll tell her that you fed us while she was gone. Yes, because she's been gone quite a while.
Oh boy.
I look over to Dr. Thorpe and to Jim. What are they saying, Jim?
They said their mother's gonna be back soon. That they said they're gonna. He said that she's been gone a while now.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
So they're gonna eat these berries though, or not?
No, they don't want berries.
Hey, Dr. Thorpe, can you help me mix something into this? Mix these berries into something that they'll eat?
Sure. Out of character. I gotta see if I even have anything that I
Yeah.
can cook with that.
You do. Because I don't think you have much.
I
Yeah.
have
You
some
definitely-
rations.
Yeah,
Will they
you
eat
definitely don't
rations?
have any like fresh meat as you
Yeah.
cooked it already.
Mm-hmm. Dang, son. We might have to find rodents
If
or
the
some
mother
sort of meat.
shows up, then she'll have food. And then I say telepathically, but I'm not having the best feeling.
I
That
have
is-
pig in the bag of holding.
Oh, bring that out.
You have a whole pig?
It just says pig on it.
What?
I don't know what it means.
No, bring it out. Bring that thing
like-
out.
Get it out. Get it out here.
Bring that thing out.
Steak or
In character.
something.
You have pork. Yes, we could use that to perhaps make us, both us and them, some meals.
Oh, we gotta take a look at this. What's in there? Details.
You know,
Yep, there is a pig. Let me
There's a-
Google
there's a
something
bag
real
of-
quick.
There's no
Does the-
air in the
Need-
bag of holding,
pigs
right?
need air, don't they?
Yeah, there's no air in there.
Does the bag of holding preserve?
So the bag of
Pig was
holding
dead when I
has-
bought
It's
it.
actually a good
The bag
thing.
of holding has air in it, but only enough. It's not getting new air. So
Yeah.
after a while, you suffocate. Which
I think the pig was dead when I bought it. It was at one of the markets.
But does it preserve? That's the real question for the bag of holding. Otherwise,
I mean, technically there's no air, so no bacteria any could build on it, right?
It has what's in the bag, and that's it.
so if there's bacteria, which there is on the pork,
oof.
Yeah. So essentially,
know.
think of the bag of holding is like taking a Ziploc bag and sucking out all the air. Like it's
Okay,
still
so-
going to go moldy after and rot after a while. Like it's just the natural decay how it works. Even though it's been vacuum sealed, like it does definitely last longer. And let me look at our calendar and see. See how much time has passed. I'm assuming you probably got the pig on the 18th. So yes, it is still, it's dead, but it's still in a edible condition.
way to go, Kirsten.
So Trina, Trina morphs out of
came in handy.
Beltran and she pulls out her bag of holding, and as she's like digging through it, she pulls out a whole fucking pig.
I just
And the
kinda
moment-
like, what?
The moment it comes out, like, I mean, it's got a stench to it. It's obviously not like rotted meat stench, but it's like you can tell it's a little old and kind of weird.
It's that meat sitting out
It's
kind of
got that
stench.
dry age.
Yeah, the dry aged
Funk to it.
for sure. But as she pulls it out, the Jaggy, they're both like so hungry. Ooh, that smells delicious.
As
Yes.
she pulls that out, like Thorpe's like raises an eyebrow and just staring right at it, like, oh, okay, I guess we can use that.
I trust you. I completely trust you to improve it.
Very well.
So the Jaggy, both of them start walking towards it and sniffing it. And all the little baby Jaggies all start to awkwardly walk over and sniff it too. And they start nipping at it.
I go over and grab the pig. Because I'm assuming they'll scatter
Hold
away.
on, little ones. He's gonna give you all the goody, yummy inside parts.
But
All right.
okay. We have never
like
had
a-
this, and it smells good. Yes, real good. It's. What is that tingle on my tongue? I don't know, but I want more of it. Yes.
Roll up my sleeves and like,
Liver.
and I pull out a knife, one of my cooking knives, and start like cutting open the stomach and everything. Pretty much just doing all kinds of dissection.
And they're
I guess we
watching
don't need the
and
berries.
as they're watching and looking at what Dr. Thorpe's doing. His fangs work weird. His claws are weird. How does he transfer them from one arm to the other? That is a strange creature. One claw is many at the same time, and the other one is much like the queen's tail.
Guys, this is. If you'd have told me this is how today was gonna go yesterday, oh boy.
What do you mean? What is
Oh,
today?
I'm not talking to the dinosaurs. I'm talking
Oh.
like to the group. Like,
Gotcha.
Man, this is a whole lot different than yesterday.
Yes. Thanks for the suggestion of bringing us here, Jim. As I start pulling out innards of the pig and like tossing it towards the Jackie.
Hey, good news is we're not being pursued by the Inquisition.
For now.
Now we're being pursued by giant dragons.
Yeah, hopefully it's not just waiting at the top of this hill. Like, it just went away, or is it just like waiting for us?
Well, if it is waiting for
You
us.
hear a roar far away. Is that what I just picked up?
Yeah. Very, very faint.
If it is,
Well, there's two of them, so
That could be the king.
yes. If they are waiting, or it is waiting outside for us, perhaps we must figure out a way to distract them as we make our getaway. I have a few ideas, but we'll save it for when the time comes.
okay.
And can one of you help put together a fire?
Do we have any wood or anything flammable to burn?
You got poop, don't you?
Do we see anything in the cave, Ray, like roots or anything like that?
There's various different like for the nest that they built for the little ones. There's quite a few twigs and things like that.
But that's their
I
nest,
don't
though.
think having
Correct.
a fire in this pit's a good idea.
Yeah.
A small one wouldn't hurt.
I think it would. I think it'd smoke us out pretty bad.
Hmm. Well then, how are we to cook this meat then?
Don't think we
Maybe.
do.
I don't know. We can just let them eat that, and I can give us good berries as well.
Yeah. I was just wanting to thank him for giving us a heads up.
Dr. Thorpe, can I have a little slice of the pig for Beltran, please?
Yes. I start chopping it, chopping it like around the legs, and
Okay.
pulling off a few slices.
Beltran, and then eats it. Yum yum.
All right then. Well, I was actually hoping that I'd be able to salt this and hang it, perhaps dry it, to make rations. But I guess we'll leave them for them then.
Well, I cast Goodberry and give us all one berry.
Okay. So
And then,
all of you go up in HP if you are not at full HP.
And I now have 5 good berries left, correct? So I get 10, I believe.
You do get 10, yes.
Yeah, so I have 5 left. Okay, and I will hold on.
Hey,
I will hold
Lloyd,
on to those, I
I
guess.
think if we all have one of those, it'd be a good idea, just in case.
Oh,
Don't you
yeah,
think?
sure. Yeah, there you go.
That way, if we can give them to each other, no matter what happens.
Sure. And I gave everybody else a berry, so like, we all have one left now. Just be careful, it'll pop, the berry still.
All right, I finish chopping up the meat to make it easily edible for the Jaggy, and then
Okay.
clean my hands up afterwards.
Okay. So they begin to devour the rations that you have given them. And the little baby Jaggy are, eating on a pretty sizable chunk on their own that the 2 bigger ones have put over towards them. You can definitely tell that they are definitely a pack. They try to make sure everyone is well taken care of. And as they're eating, the 2 larger Jaggy finish their food, and they're like licking their lips and stuff like that. And they start to like sniff around as if they're looking for more food. And they go towards the tunnel entrance, and they start sniffing. And one of them like perks up. The other one's like,
Oh.
yes, I smell it too. It's here. The Great Eater. Oh,
Your
but
friends
Mother's
seem to be
not here
looking around.
to save us. Oh, we cannot. We have to run. We have to run.
No, don't run.
Oh, will you
What's
protect us
happening?
like Mother would?
Yes.
The Great Eater. It's out there. It's finding us. It will eat us. Its young
Is
will
this-
eat us.
It's not the queen. It's something
No.
else.
It is far, far less weak, or far less strong than the Queen. Way less strong. But it is far stronger than us, Jackie. Maybe not if Mother was here. But
I
we are
relay
only
what's
2.
going on in my mind. Then I tell them that we will protect you.
Is it going to come in the cave? We can just wait for it. If it's going to do
Yeah,
that.
I think it's gonna come in the cave.
Tell them to hide.
Yeah.
Hide in the corner, guys.
Clarice, and then I summon my blade.
Okay. So as you do, you can hear the footsteps up at the top of the cave, and you see tiny, sort of like hound-shaped creatures looking into the cave and then ducking away. The Great Eater. And they do it again.
I call out to the Great Eater. Oh my god.
Okay.
I
So
try and
there's-
speak to them, and do I get a response? Oh, Great Eaters.
No. you can hear hissing sounds coming from outside the cave, and then you hear some pretty heavy thuds, and you can see a larger one of these creatures look into the cave, and it's substantially bigger than the smaller ones, and it looks and it sniffs, and you can see it salivate, and as it begins to start to get in, it sees you all standing there. I can see the light emanating from Dr. Thorpe's weapon, and it backs up, and it sits there like 10 feet away from the entrance of the cave, just staring. All the tiny ones come around and look in every now and then and hiss.
Can I try and intimidate them?
Sure.
See. Oh,
What do you do?
I was gonna do that
I'm just
after
curious.
I rolled.
Okay.
I would, since I'm doing it well, I'd like kind of charge forward and like scream, and like make myself bigger and like hit my chest a couple times.
Make yourself bigger.
Yeah.
And so as you do that and like run halfway up the tunnel, the small ones all like dart away, and like you can see a little bit over the lip of the tunnel. You see that they run behind the larger one, and the larger one looks at them and then gets in a defensive stance and opens its mouth real wide, and it's wide. It's definitely capable of probably swallowing 2 of you whole at the same time with how large it is. And it stands there in that defensive motion and hisses. But it stands its ground. As all the little ones, though, all the little ones, every one of them run back behind. And as you're looking, there's like 8 of them.
I look back at the group and I like kind of shrug, like, well, I've done all I can do.
And as Jim did that, I'm like walking right behind him as as anime villain as possible. Just walking with the cloak on.
Okay.
Another
then,
How far away are they from us?
they're outside of the lip of the cave, which the cave is only like 15 feet deep, and then they're
Okay.
like 10 feet out of that.
I'm gonna cast Doomsayer on the big one and see if that'll scare them away.
Let me see.
It says creature, so it doesn't say animal.
Well, yeah, I just
I
need
mean, it
to-
doesn't say human.
Okay.
It has like dreads.
Oh, whoops. Oh, shit.
Isn't that the thing that, in Monster Hunter that
Just
just eats everything?
Correct.
Doesn't
Of
that
course.
motherfucker come up and like eat your kills as well and run away? It's like, hey, get
Correct.
back here.
Of course.
Let's see. So, I'm trying to see.
I better not see any pegomastics in this fucking game. Just take your thing out of your hand and run
Who
away.
knows? We're on Dinosaur Island. Anything goes. All right. So yeah, you put the Doomsayer on there, and let's see.
I don't know why I added the crit. Should have only rolled once.
Yeah, I don't know either, but I mean, if they take damage before your next turn, then yeah, they'll take that. Otherwise, yeah, you do your Doomsayer, and the creature kind of like looks around very sporadically, but it doesn't seem to be retreating. It's aware that something weird is going on with it. It's just not sure of what that weird is coming from.
Can I can I try and cast fear on it?
Sure.
Cool. I'm like walking towards them as I cast this.
Right. So, just to save time, they are going to. All the small ones will take the same check. What is it? A wisdom?
Mm-hmm.
PC. Okay. So, you come up and you cast fear and start walking, and as the fear spell takes place and you start walking out, you can see them all hissing at you, and as you walk ever so closer to the exit, they tuck tail and run off as fast as possible. All the tiny ones are a lot faster and able to like dip underneath like tree branches and stuff. The big one is just like barreling over trees and knocking them down, but they're running away hissing at the same time. Oh, you scared the Great Eater. Yes, they scared the Great Eater. And that is where we will end tonight's session.
Well done.
Dinosaurs.
Good job, Thorpe.
I can't wait to hear the music for this.
I knew we were going to need that spell. That's why I was like debating on what I should switch during that rest.
Fear is good.
Yeah,
Like,
Especially because it's like using it on non intelligent creatures is really good. Like this situation.
This since we're in Monster Hunter World now.
I know, right?
Well, nobody else had any ideas.
I started blasting.
I had ideas, but it would have been metagaming.
Yeah, I just had.
Were you gonna use a dung pod?
Oh no.
Can you imagine just like being like, wonder if this will work? Take a piece of dung and throw it at it. It's like, oh fuck, get that shit out of here.
Man, since we're here now, I need to figure out if we're able to make an insect glaive. That'd be cool.
I think I have rules for that weapon. Nicely done. Nicely done.
I had a feeling of we're dealing with some weird creatures, so let me go ahead and get
Crowd
that fear
control spells are always the best. They're so good.
Freaking name.
Underutilized, but that's okay.
Talked to a lot of creatures today.
Facts.
You
Facts on
did.
facts.
Jim's the lizard whisperer.
From our perspective, he just that's what we're
The bug people in Star Wars Attack of the Clones.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Genosians.
Or
Yeah,
like the creatures in Galaxy Quest.
Oh no.
That shit's
That
funny.
would. Ugh.
Okay, cool. Let me end my stream and I'll be right back. Alright, hopefully you guys enjoyed. Let's see. I gotta get my transitions back. I don't know where they went. I think... Oh, I know what happened. I moved all my Google Drive stuff. So those... Yeah, they're in a different folder. I have to link them. That's okay. I'm not worried about it. Anyway, hope you had fun. Very RP heavy session. And they actually avoided the combat that I was planning on them either doing something with fighting the first creature. I don't want them to, just go in balls deep fighting a Rathian. So we started, with them making friends with the Jaggy and then having a great Jagras pop in to try to eat them and see what they would do. And they've definitely made allies of the Jaggy, which is pretty neat. So we'll see how that all pans out in the future. So until... Let's see. Yeah, Monday, probably going to be playing VR. So until then, I will see you all later. Peace.